Hi, I'm Jeff McDaniel here at the Fast Fit Transformation Club, and I want to bring you a kettlebell mobility workout. This comes from the great Dan John, who this is his mobility tonic workout. Got to tell you, I do this full workout at least once a week, sometimes twice, but I do a 10-minute version of this every single morning, regardless of what time I get up. And I've done it for 6 weeks, and I have not missed a day yet. And I don't think I will, because the benefits have been just enormous for me personally. So I want to show you this workout. When people hear it's a mobility workout, they kind of think, well, I'm just going to stretch. But as he says, it is a solid workout. 250 kettlebell swings, some goblet squats, some marching or jogging in place, and a whole lot of key movement patterns, mobility work, flexibility, stretching that will leave you. It's one of the best sweat and stretch workouts you could do. So here it is. We're going to start with 25 kettlebell swings, hinging at the hips, keeping the back nice and flat, into one goblet squat. Now I like to, after the swings, go down and hold at the bottom for a little bit and really try to drive the knees out and also sink up nice and tall. And I may spend 5, 10, 15, 20 seconds in that. I'll do 25 swings, one goblet squat, a march in place. It can be just a march here, trying to get the knee up above hip height here, or it could be a high knee run. So you can mix it up. If you want to make it more, cardiovascular, then obviously you do some running in place. But the marches just gets that full hip flexion. So that is 25 swings, one goblet squat, 10 marches in place. 25, 110, MIP, march in place. And then you'll go to your first mobility exercise. It's going to be the Trx long stretch. So we grab it, water ski position, sink back, and I like to think about getting as long as I can with around my lats, and I can even rotate side to side here. I can sink that into a deep squat position and work on some more squat mobility. I can go back into a hip hinge. I want to really flatten it out, and in this position, it's actually okay to round your back slightly because you're really trying to stretch out lats, the whole back side of the body from there. Back to the 25 kettlebell swings, one goblet squat, 10 march in place, 25, one MIP, and then back here into the stony stretch. So this is going to be here. Start the hands overhead, step out with the left leg, and then think about just sweeping the arms down the side, lowering the hips, and you're going to feel everything in the biceps, the front of the delt, your pecs, hip flexors. Make sure you're squeezing this back glute so you don't get too overextended with the lower back. But where the long stretch stretches everything on the back side, that stretches everything on the front side. I can spend 20, 30 seconds in that stretch. I can spend up to 60 seconds. I mean, it really doesn't matter on that. Feel good when you come out of there. 25, one MIP, stony stretch on the right side. Again, same concept, same move. We just step out with the opposite leg, sweep it, and now you're working this hip flexor, squeezing this back glute. And again, this is where people get really, really tight, is biceps and their pecs right here. 25, one MIP. Now we go into a Trx Side Stretch. So here, back to that water ski position, swing the right leg over, raise the left arm, try to look under your arm here and drive this hip out. And you can add a little rotation, like so, but you're getting IT band, that flexor wide, hip flexor wide on the side, more of your lats, your obliques, everything. Work all the different positions, really feel that all the way down the side of the body. 25 swings, one goblet squat, 10 march in place, and then I'm back to this. I'll swing the leg left side, raise the right arm, look under the arm here, and again, working your hip. I like to do a little rotation, side to side, up and back, lower the hips down. And for people that have really tight hips on the side, that's probably one of the best stretches I could do. 25, one MIP, and then we're gonna get a stick and go into the windmill. Here, so I'm just basically bringing the feet inside, hip width apart, slight flexion of the knees. I want to think about hinging, push back with the hips. In this position, get a nice flat back, and then I'm going to look right first. So I want to rotate, try to get this elbow inside the thigh, and I want to look up. So now we're working everything up. If you have really tight hamstrings, it's hard to straighten out this right leg. You can flex it a little bit, drive the hip out, but try to get to where it's straight so you're working your hamstrings. Again, more obliques, really working that good rotational pattern. And that is an awesome one. Then I would do 25 windmill on the other side, back to the 25 swings, 1 goblet squat, 10 march in place, and then you're going to come down and do the hip flexor stretch or quad stretch. You can do this 2 ways. I'm going to show this on the wall. Try to get the shin vertical. This is the ideal one, where you get this shin vertical up against the wall, nice and straight. This really lengthens out quads. People have a lot of quad stiffness throughout their life, so this works that. But I can also push forward and really hit that front hip flexor, and I can flow back and forth between these two. Again, 30 to 60 seconds on each of these moves. Don't really worry about the time frame. Just really get some good work in. I would go back to the kettlebell 25 swings, 1 goblet squat, march in place, and then I'm going to go shin vertical on this side, stretch this out, quad, hip flexor, again, flow between these two. And here's a modified version of that. I can use a box. So if the wall is a little bit too much, you can do this elevated. It's also known as the couch stretch. So you can elevate this up on anything, bench, box. And again, as I get taller, I'm working more quad, thigh. As I push forward, more hip flexor. You can kind of flow between these two. Just mix it up. Back to the kettlebell, 25 swings, 1 goblet squat, 10 march in place. And then finish this up with some shoulder mobility work. Grip it, go as wide as you need to. Lock the feet together, keep the rib cage down, and pass it from back to front without having that it gets stick or it sticks or you have to bend your elbows. So keep it nice and smooth. Really kind of get into those areas that are tight. I'd like to get in, again, about 30 seconds of this. It could be 60 seconds, whatever. But that's a great workout. You'll finish with